Hello and welcome to the outdoor video vlog by yours truly. This time on a place called Heughscar Hill in the North East Lake District. It's next to an area moorland, I'm just looking over it now, called Divisive, and there's several stone circles, prehistoric stone circles over there. Like, see if I can just capture. That's kind of the Divisive area, and there are stone circles and all kinds of evidence of Stone Age man there. It's a historic area. I had a camp last night. Beautiful evening last night here. We've had a lot of rain in the UK this year, but it was hardly a breath of wind. Some lovely views down Lake Allswater and that, and then in the early hours of the morning, it's the usual thing. It started chucking down again, and the winds got up. But it's all is well. I had a good night. Anyway, I'm going to have a rant today about the sort of Rolling Stone 250 top guitarist list. I know there's loads of videos about this subject out on YouTube. To be fair to me though, I did make a comment on my Facebook page after I first got whiff of this thing, and that's going back a few months now, because I just took one look at it and I thought, what a joke that is, mate. And I did post something on my Facebook page, obviously, about it, and my mate Freeze, first thing he said was, no Gary Moore. And you have to say, yeah, Gary Moore. And then you look along at other people's videos, and the general consensus seems to be that of all the guitar players missing, he's like one of the big common denominators of facts there that he isn't in it. And you've got to shake your head and wonder what criteria they're actually using in Rolling Stone magazine. But my theory is it's a magazine that's become more of a lifestyle magazine now, which is their thing. That's what they do. They have to sell magazines and all that. But I think that the choices within that parameter reflects the choices they pick for the guitar playing list there. So, I mean, for my set of parameters, I'd argue the first one, before you go anywhere else, is can the person actually play the guitar? Now that sounds fairly obvious, doesn't it? Can they actually play? But by being able to play, can they play competently? I'm not saying they have to be a shred genius or anything like that, or read music or be, you know, technically brilliant. Can they actually play? It's just what you can hear there is just the raindrops coming off the trees behind me. And of course, Gary Moore, we all know, can he not only play, he's one of the greatest players ever of electric guitar anyway. Another parameter I look at is, you know, how have they moved people with their playing? So are they an emotive player? Are they yeah, again, can you hear that rain coming off? This the wind's knocking some leaves off and the rain onto the leaves. Lovely, really. It's a lovely late autumn's day, despite the sort of drizzle. Yeah, so can they emote? Well, Gary Moore, we all know he's a very emotional player, very emotive, so he ticks that box. But you know, I'd throw into that box, can they intellectualize? So that would be somebody like a genius like Alan Holdsworth or Guthrie Govan. Neither who made the list, amazingly. Or is it a style, something they've stylized, personalized, that makes them unique? So that would be somebody like The Edge for me. So yeah, so Gary Moore's ticked two boxes there for a start off. Influence is another one. To be fair, I think the Rolling Stone list does appreciate that. But Slash was like 105, and he sold more Gibson Les Pauls than anybody else on the planet. So. But yeah, influence. Gary Moore. Well, yeah. Look at what he's done. He's had a stellar solo career. He's been in Thin Lizzy, and then he reimagined himself as a blues guy, but he's still got the blues album in the 90s, and yeah, absolutely. The only area I'd say with Gary Moore where you could argue he I don't mean any disrespect to Gary Moore or his fans or family, friends, whatever, anything like that at all. But I think this is the reason why he and one or two of the others didn't get onto the list. Is when it comes to like the kind of style of a person, the image, if you will. To me, it shouldn't count for all that much. If you're having a list of 250 guitar players, but obviously being Rolling Stone, it does. And that Gary's, you know, he was what he was really. He was just a guy who went out there playing blistering guitar, and he wasn't like, you know, like a Slash kind of guy that just the cool image and the top hat and all the rest of it, you know. That's where I think one or two of the great players, and some of them mentioned here. Let's mention Joe Pass as well. I know Rick Beato did a brilliant video on this, and he mentioned Joe Pass. But I'm listening to that Virtuoso album in the car now because he reminded me of that. Joe Pass, arguably the greatest solo guitar player of all time. Unbelievable. If you've never heard the album, the Virtuoso album by Joe Pass, I highly recommend you get hold of a copy of it, because it's just Joe on his own, being recorded obviously in the studio. And when I say on his own, him and a guitar. There's no vocals or anything. It's all instrumental. Just playing jazz standards and stuff, and just all kinds of stuff. It's absolutely amazing. On his own, no accompaniment, nothing. No accompaniment. I can't get that word out. Nobody's helping him. Yeah, and he's not on the list, so bizarre for me. But yeah, that's my theory. I think Gary Moore should have been on there along with loads of others, but for me, he's the one that stood out that should have been on that list. And my theory is that the ones that didn't make it, they should have done. It's a stylized thing. That's what Rolling Stone magazine's about these days. Anyway, apologies for a bit of a rant. Needed to get it off my chest there, and it's done now. So, just remains for me to say, thanks for watching. Stay safe, keep well, and I'll catch you all later, guys. Bye.